Well, oh, are we here? Yep. Oh, good. Right. Well, am I not glad that I'm on this side of the world and not that side of the world? Because I don't think I could handle that. You know, I'm the sort of person that kind of like right with spice, but I'm really not. I always remember, like, I never get drinks that are free refills. I always end up just getting like fruit juice or something, and that's like not free refills at like restaurants and that. And then I end up like having someone else's drink who is getting a free refill, so I can, stop the spice and all that. Mainly at places like Nando's and that. But anyway, greetings, Zenger. How are you doing? Nice of you to drop by. So yeah, this is the first transition call of the day. The next thing on the agenda will be Ultra Cakecore Live, and then following that there will be another transition call. Then after that will be the UHC public round, which you can get in via donating or making your interests known in the Discord. Discord is in the description of the live stream. So yeah, I don't have too many ideas for my own transition call. I am going to maybe try and read some Scottish poetry for you, because I think last year all I did was sit and talk, which is cool, but other people did stuff that was a bit different. So I've got a selection of Scottish poems that I might try and read out. You may not understand a lot of it. I certainly don't understand a lot of it, and it's my own culture really. But might be something a little bit different, something that's kind of interesting. If you have any questions, then feel free to leave them in the chat. If you've got any questions about donating, then feel free to let me know as well, because it can be a wee bit confusing at first. It's kind of like twofold. You donate, there's a donation link, and there's the incentives link, and yeah, they interchange. Right. Beautiful podcast, brilliant. Just got just got off work, ironically. Yeah, I'm the one that is here. Well, I did have an incentive this year. This year I had an incentive. My incentive was if someone paid $25, I would have to play CS:GO with them later. First donation of the day was Chile, $25. Hey, I'm donating this for someone to do something. And they were like, oh, let's get James to play CSGO with us. So later on, during the public QC, which I probably won't do, I'll probably have to spend some time installing CSGO. So there you go. Brilliant. Kilted bagpipes. I've never worn a kilt, so I don't intend to change that now. But there you go. So yeah, once again, thank you very much, Chile, and everyone else who has donated thus far. Of course, there is still time. We're only 16 hours 7 minutes to go, so that's 2 hours into the stream. There will be a chance to donate in a very in a way that makes a difference to the Ultra Cakecore round later, in a matter of minutes when that starts. Of course, whenever you donate, it will hopefully make a difference, as the money does go towards Extra Life. It goes towards Extra Life, and then in turn goes to Children's Miracle Network hospitals. So Children's Miracle Network hospitals raise funds and awareness for 117 member hospitals that provide 32 million treatments each year to kids across the US and Canada. Donations stay local to fund the critical treatments and healthcare services. So there you go. Also, something I do want to speak about briefly. You can't play bagpipes, he's a fake, I know, right? Why? I think it's more not drinking Iron Brew, that probably makes me more fake. I do also want to point out the description of the there is something about a charity navigator. Now, I wasn't. I never spoke about this before. I didn't speak to the guys about it, but I'll read it briefly. I'll read the first part. It says all the Cakecore members strongly encourage every user to research charities before donating to them, and that's including the ones that we are supporting right now. And this is a very important issue. I feel that sometimes charity or the act of giving to a charity can often be seen not. I don't mean like in an egotistic way, but it can be seen as like, to make yourself feel good and all that, which is fine. Whatever your motives, it's good to give. But at the same time, it's important to know where you're giving to, and not just to give willy-nilly just to see you've done your bit. Because a number of years ago, I knew a guy that went out to Africa, and he knew of bad experiences with certain charities that obviously the donations would come in and the money would just go wherever. It might go to fund someone's house, it might go to fund someone's car. Some of it would go to the good causes, but a lot of it went to really dodgy places. And the point of saying that is it's important to know where the money is actually going. So there you go. That is something worth mentioning. And it's down in the description. I've not clicked the link. I'll click it now. Just see where it takes me. Charity Navigator. Not right now. Okay, so it takes you to a page about Children's Medical Network hospitals, and it should give you an idea of really just how the money is going to benefit that charity. And that's important for integrity, the integrity of the charity, so that people know that the donations are genuine and they're not just going to fund someone's salary. Of course, funding salaries is important, but there is more to it than just that. So there you go. Yep, Cakecore live stream will be starting in a bit. I've given my spiel about the donations and stuff. I'll speak more about the stream in a bit if I have time. Let me find a poem. So I was practicing some of these earlier. My pronunciation of Scots is often pretty bad. I'll do this poem. It's about Bannockburn, okay? So this is a poem about Bannockburn. Bit of background for those that don't know. Bannockburn is the name of a battle, the Battle of Bannockburn. It happened the 23rd and 24th of June, 1314. It was the Scots against the English. The Scots were trying to break a siege on Stirling Castle. It was one of the last castles in the hands of the English. And I think the Scots won. I don't quite remember the battle numbers, but this poem is basically about a battle, okay? Let me take a drink. I don't read poetry, so excuse my if I go out of tune and the rhythm will be awful, but I'll give it my best. Here we go. Right, Bannockburn. Also, who's it by? It's by Sir Walter Scott, 1771 to 1832. He's a very famous Scot, as you can tell by his name, Sir Walter Scott. Anyway, unflinching foot gainst foot was set, unceasing blow by blow was met. The groans of those who fell were drowned amid the shriller clang that from the blades and harness rang. And in the battle yell, yet fast they fell unheard forgot, both southern fierce and hardy Scots. And oh, amid that waste of life, what various motives fired the strife. The aspiring noble bled for fame, the patriot for his country's claim. This knight his youthful strength to prove, and that to win his lady's love. Some fought for ruffian thirst of blood, from habit, some or hardihood. But ruffian stern and soldier good, the noble and the slave, from various cause the same wild road, on the same bloody morning trode, to that dark inn, the grave. It's quite a short one. Short and sweet. So kind of got right. But as I said, some of the Scots words can be quite difficult to pronounce, and the flow of poetry is not something I'm necessarily used to reading. But there you have it, Scottish poetry, one from Sir Walter Scott. If we find that the Ultra Cakecore event should be starting soon, if we find it's delayed, I'll give you another one. But there you go. That is another one. Let's see. So yeah, that's the shortest one. All the other ones are fairly long. I've got a transition call later at 6:50 PDT or 1:50 UTC, so I might do some more then. Or I might do one if we find that the Ultra Cakecore event is delayed. But there you go. Go Scotland, I know, right? So, Ultra Cakecore event coming up. After that, we've got the public UHC. We have got if I could just get the incentive, not the incentive. If I could just get the schedule up. Keep Talking, Nobody Explodes. That was a good game. I'm not involved in that, but I believe that's an IRL thing that's going on in LA in the main room where the live stream is taking place. There's the Walls UHC. That was fun last year. I didn't win that. I actually played really badly last year. Then Seth Bligg's building game hosted by yours truly, not yours truly, the one and only 3D Spotters. Sorry, I got my words wrong. The Victor's Monument Arena. It's a public event, it looks like. It says Ultra Cakecore Victors Arena Public. Then Counter-Strike, I'll be there for that. And then various other things. You can look at the schedule. Right. 10 out of 10, I cried. Alright. What I was going to say, yes, Ultra Cakecore. The last Ultra Cakecore Live was won by 3D Spodders, who got a couple of cheap kills on Bombastic, and then he killed Danster in the final. So, not Ultra Cakecore. 3D Spodders is the reigning champ. We'll have to watch out for him. Who else is playing? I think Sten might be playing. Darkblade might be playing. Josh probably. I'm listing people that I've heard or seen in chat. Oh, hang on, what's this? Try joining 1.13.2. Okay. So it looks like everyone's joining. My transition call is still going on. Oh, hey, I'm not at the right place. There we go. Right. So the game will be starting momentarily. I didn't have much. Well, I almost did a full transition call, but obviously part of the it's important to hang on, survival. There we go. It's the priority is often doing the incentives. If people donate for incentives, that can take a priority. So that's probably why we might be running behind. But I don't know. We're not running behind that badly. Don't worry about it. CJ will be possibly playing. Casmic. I'm just having a look at people in chat. Casmic's going to be there. Don't see anyone else. I think I've named everyone, and obviously, well, I'm not sure if anyone else is going to be there. Yep, we'll see. Oh, Max is going to be there. Oh, wait. No, Max is not going to be there. He says, I don't think I'll be able to. Fair enough. And you can donate. So you can donate for incentives for the UC. I'll check them out now. Why not? Just to give you a rough idea. Let's see. So, Cakecore charity building game. Hang on, where is it? I think you've got to go forward a few pages. Right, here we go. Ultra Cakecore live stream. So, 50 cents gives player 1 diamond. $1 gives player 1 golden apple. 125 gives player a speed 2 pot. 150 gives player 16 books. 250 gives a player 1 bow. $5 gives player 1 infinity book plus anvil. What else do we have? $10 gives player 1 flame book plus anvil. Did I say that? I think I said that already. $40 gives player 1 god apple. Cannot be given to the boss, the Owlton boss. $15 gives a player a respawn with full iron armor, an iron sword, etc., etc. $20 spawns the wither boss, which would be interesting. $20 also spawns the Owlton boss, which of course played a part last time. So yeah, there's plenty there to have an effect on the game, so that should be interesting. Of course, if you cannot donate, that is perfectly okay. Just being here is good. Let's see. Sten's here. Owlton's here. Owlton's hyping it up. Chili's here. That's actually stuff that happened before. I'm reading old messages. Josh C2 is going to win. I hope he does, mate. I hope he does. Right. How are we doing? I'll ask if we're good to go. Are we good to go yet? Ooh. Anyway, as I was saying, donation links are in the description, along with the link to, well, the donation link, you have to go through the incentive list, but the incentive list has to be filled out alongside the donation. I don't think you have to donate for an incentive. You can just donate. That's perfectly fine. But there is a way of linking your donation with an incentive by using a 3-digit number of your choice. So yeah. Anyway, here's Pat. Oh,
hello.
Yeah, hello.
Pat is here. We're just about ready to start this event.
Excellent.
There's a couple like last minute people we're trying to get in, but then we'll start as soon as that happens. And then I'm going to get Alton over here. But if you could hold down the fort for just like 1 more minute, then we should be good.
That's fine. Yep, not a problem. All right. So it looks like Pat will probably be trying to get a few more people. How many people do we have in here? We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. It's going to be a pretty full on UHC. 13 people so far. Data pack made by 3D Spotters. You should give God Apple to stay to win. You won Casmic UHC, mate. So yeah, Sted's the reigning champ of Casmic UHC. Spods is the reigning champion of Ultra Cakecore Live. And apart from that, there's not much else to be said. I've got a feeling Brink is going to donate a lot to someone. Possibly Casmic. I remember Casmic got full diamond last time off the back of a Brink donation. Right. Should we do another? I would do another poem. The problem is all the other poems are a lot longer. Oh wait, no, there's a spot. There is a poem that's actually fairly short. Although it's one I haven't practiced. Yeah, no, I was that serious. I had to practice. We'll do this poem. Okay, it's called Freedom. All right. Let's just get into it then, shall we? Freedom. Who's it by? It's by John Barber of the 14th century. So there's a bit of history behind it, but I won't read that out because we might not have time. All right, here we go. Freedom is a noble thing. Freedom makes man to have like king. Freedom all solace to man gives. He lives at ease that freely lives. A noble heart may have none ease, nor Ellie's naught that may him please. If freedom fail for free liking, is yearned o'er all other thing. Nor he that has I lived free. Oh, come on, man! I was in my flow there. I've only got a few lines.
Don't worry, you got a whole nother transition to finish the lines.
All
right, fellas, we're ready to get started. James, you can go ahead and join one of the team calls. We're gonna get Hamilton over here. Thank you, James, for the transition. Hope everyone enjoyed. Let's transition over to the mainstream now. Okay, hello, guys. I'm back.